My bad. Short one today. The grand finale of Faraday Protocol. Um, I've got to wrap up at a decent time because I have to run errands for work before I go in on the weekend. As far as I'm aware, nothing significant has changed as far as work. Fingers crossed. We'll see. I'm checking right now in case you're curious. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Yeah, no. Looks the same. Um, any new messages? Anything I missed? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Uh, oh, that would be my coffee. You probably didn't hear that though. Hang on. There's not really going to be a hugely long talking segment today because I just don't have the time to do that. So I'm going to get us queued into Faraday Protocol fairly quickly. What? Huh. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was really weird. OBS has been bugging lately. Maybe I do need to update actually. I was warned against updating because apparently it's broken a lot of people's setup, but um it appears to be broken anyway. It's doing all sorts of weird stuff. In fact, I better test desktop audio. I better test desktop audio before I continue because it's been very odd.
Welcome, recruit.
Looks good. All right. Well, everybody, give me a moment. Scooch that over. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my coffee and we're gonna play this game. I wonder if anybody will show up today. Fridays are usually a bad day. I get the feeling that people are just out doing stuff, which fair enough. Do 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 do. All right. I feel icky still. I think I've caught something, and I've just been sick for the last couple days. What? Who's Sabrina Carpenter? Why do I know that name? Who is that? Where do I know Sabrina Carpenter from? Dude, I have felt sick for like the last 3 days.
I have had an encounter with a
yeah, it was definitely not a Sabrina Carpenter reference.
Controls this station, apparently.
I somehow doubt she is the biggest US pop star right now because I never hear about her, like ever. I mean, I recognize the name, but I can't even tell you what she looks like. Whereas if you were to say Taylor Swift, at least in American media, she has been all over the news. First, when she came out against Trump, then when she got married to that football player, then when she got booed at, what was it, like the Super Bowl. She's the one that everybody is talking about in media. So, yeah, she might be Spotify famous. That fair enough, because I don't use Spotify. She might be Spotify famous. I could see that. But as far as like prevalence in media, right now the person that is most talked about as far as pop stars, well, two, Kendrick Lamar because of a poor Super Bowl performance, and Taylor Swift for getting booed.
United States has given a tour of the Oval Office during an interview with affiliates at Fox News. Speaking with Laura Ingram, President Trump took the presenter into the White House's inner sanctum for a rare look.
Isn't this when he
the
showed
changes he's made?
the Declaration of Independence?
We've taken a lot of great paintings out of the vault.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe you could circle that.
I respect that.
So here's a question I ask. So
I 100% respect that. Like, I cannot give him grief about that. The only thing I worry about is that they're taken care of. Like, certain things do need to stay in the vault. So what I would do is, there's so much Americana. Like, we're talking paintings, Declaration of paintings, documents and things, right? I would rotate them. It's 100% what I would do. I wouldn't keep anything in the Oval Office for too long, right? Just to reduce exposure, because every ounce of sunlight and everything ages these things. But there's so much Americana. There's just so much. You 1,000,000% could rotate them forever and ever and ever and ever. And it would take probably 6 presidencies before you end up back at a configuration that was like it was when you first started. The only thing I can really grieve him about is Reagan. That's it. Like, Reagan, really? The guy who created the war on drugs, the guy who led to us losing the war on drugs, the guy who was the president when the CIA was doing illegal drug operations and effectively created a crack epidemic in, Southeast LA.
Reagan has a place of prominence, and George Washington has a place of prominence. And I've asked this question maybe 200 times. People come in. I said, so who would you put in the place of prominence, George Washington or Ronald Reagan? Who would you put?
Washington.
So far, it's 219-0. And they like
what?
Reagan.
Oh, I love Reagan.
But here's what they like more than anything. So this is the Declaration of Independence.
Wow.
And they ask that this be done. It's never been up. It's been in the vaults for many, many decades.
I saw this
they
part.
said, we have to do something like drapes or something.
They voted on Reagan being put in? Really? Really?
The light eventually.
Abraham Lincoln, I kind of get it. First Republican, you're a Republican president, right? But like you couldn't have done like Teddy Roosevelt. Well, I guess you are kind of dismantling the national parks, so you're sort of spitting in his face. But
affects it.
I was zoned out. What did he say specifically? He's apparently asked 219 people, and 219. That is a fucking crock of shit. That's just straight up a lie on air. He is so full of shit. Maybe he asked 1,000 people and 219 people said Reagan. And so he's just forgetting the other 789 people. You know what I mean? 219 people said Reagan. Really? Were you like really careful about choosing each of the 219? Like George Washington is the most obvious, right? Or John Adams or Thomas Jefferson, as you get to like newer and newer presidents, I could see like the more imperialistic presidents like Grant or Andrew Jackson being popular. Obviously, you have to have Lincoln because you're a Republican president. Maybe Teddy Roosevelt. I don't know why he didn't pick Teddy Roosevelt. Because Teddy Roosevelt had an assassination attempt and continued his speech. Woo, let me check.
119-0.
Wait. Who would you put? Washington.
So far, it's 219-0. And they like Reagan.
Oh, I love Reagan.
But here's what they like. 200.
What does he mean by that? What does he mean 219-0? What does he mean by that? How was the vote? How was that figured out? Was it a case of we're going to put a painting of Reagan up on the wall? Let's vote yes or no. And then he asked 219 Republicans who all said yes. Like somehow that just seems, I don't buy that. It really gets me that he didn't pick Teddy Roosevelt, right? Because Teddy Roosevelt assassination, damn it. Sorry. I was using the other keyboard for a hot minute. Theodore? Oh, so Theodore Roosevelt right, became popular because he established the national park system to protect wilderness areas in the United States. He's the reason we have national parks, right? And he was an avid outdoorsman and loved bears. In fact, that's where we get the term teddy bear from. So yes, my name, AssassinTeddies, which is about teddy bears that perform hits, right, would not exist if it weren't for Theodore Roosevelt. That is actually true. That is literally where I get my name from. That is accurate. I didn't think it that deeply through. But according to documents found in Schrank after the attempted assassination, he had written the ghost of William McKinley came to him in a dream and told Schrank to avenge his death, pointing to a picture of Theodore Roosevelt. Ultimately, on October 14th, 1912, while Roosevelt was campaigning in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Schrank attempted to assassinate him. Roosevelt was at the Giliptrick Hotel at a dinner provided by the hotel's owner and supporter. The ex-president was scheduled to deliver a speech at the Milwaukee Auditorium. News had circulated that Roosevelt was at the hotel, and Schrank, who had been following Roosevelt from New Orleans to Milwaukee, went to the hotel. The ex-president had finished his meal and left the hotel to enter an open car. Roosevelt stood to acknowledge the cheering and assembling crowd, and Schrank acted. He shot Roosevelt, but the bullet lodged in Roosevelt's chest only after hitting both his steel eyeglass case and a 50-page copy of a speech titled Progressive Cause Greater Than Any Individual, which he carried in his jacket pocket. As onlookers gasped and screamed, Elbert Martin, one of Roosevelt's secretaries and an ex-football player, was the first to react, leaping at Schrank, wrestling him to the ground, and seizing his gun. A.R. Girard, a former Rough Rider and bodyguard of the ex-president, and several policemen were upon Schrank at the same moment. Roosevelt stumbled, but straightened himself and again raised his hat with a reassuring smile upon his face. His aide, Harry Cochran's, Cockham's, I actually do not know how to pronounce that correctly, asked Roosevelt if he was hit, and Roosevelt simply said assuredly, "He pinked me, Harry." As he was subdued, and held up to his feet, the crowd went to a frenzy. Several of the closest men around Schrank began pummeling him, and others screamed, "Kill him, hang him." Roosevelt, seeing this happening, shouted at the crowd, "Don't hurt him. Bring him here. I want to see him." The crowd, hearing Roosevelt's voice, looked at Roosevelt, astonished to see him standing up and talking. A member asked, "Is he okay?" Roosevelt, with a reassuring smile, waved his hat in the air and said, "I'm all right. I'm all right." In relief, the crowd erupted in cheers, enabling 4 policemen to gain their way into the crowd and hold Schrank. Roosevelt ordered, "Bring him to me." Schrank was led to Roosevelt, and 2 men looked into each other's eyes, putting his hands on Schrank's head so that he could look at him and to determine if he had seen him before. Roosevelt said to Schrank, "What did you do it for?" Getting no response, he says, "Oh, what's the use? Turn him over to the police." As police held Schrank, Roosevelt looked down at him and said, "You poor creature." Roosevelt ordered officers take charge of him and see that there is no violence done to him. So a president who on the campaign trail, right, got shot and was still able to stand after and react, right? Why the fuck wouldn't Trump put that in the Oval Office? I feel like you've missed an opportunity by putting Reagan, the actor who became a president, so that the part that you want to be remembered about you is that you were a celebrity first, not the fact that you survived a fucking assassination attempt like Roosevelt. I don't remember if McKinley was assassinated. We've had like 3 or 4 assassinations, but the big 2 in the U.S. are Lincoln and JFK. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, McKinley in 1901. Yeah, McKinley is I won't say an underrated. He's just not a commonly spoke of president, even in American history in school. And I think it has to do with the world surrounding them. So, like, sure, you had the Industrial Revolution and everything going in full swing back in 1901, but like Lincoln, 1865, civil rights move or Civil War, right? The America's only civil war, America's first Republican. There's a lot of things you can talk about. Garfield was the one that I was thinking. I forgot about McKinley. But then Kennedy obviously was like the post-World War II arms race with Russia, the Cuban Missile Crisis, right? So the hairier the geopolitics surrounding a president, the more notoriety they end up having and the more we end up learning about them in schools, American students. Yeah, because let me think. What are the most commonly taught presidents in school? Now, we're taught all the presidents. It's just been a really long time since I was in school. I don't think I can name them all. I used to be able to very easily, but it's been a long time. The most common ones are the forefathers. So, uh, technically Benjamin Franklin, although he wasn't a president, but he's spoken of in the same kind of way. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Adams. Um, was it John Hancock? What was Hancock's last name? He's literally where we get the phrase Hancock signing. Yeah, it was John Hancock. That's right. Let me get your John Hancock. The reason why I questioned this when I said it was because I immediately thought of fucking Will Smith, and it threw me. I'm like, wait, am I getting this wrong? But those guys are all talked about a lot. John Hancock, James Adams, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and then after that, it would probably be Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy. Andrew Jackson is spoken of a little bit. U.S. Grant is spoken of a little bit. But yeah, those are the ones that we all talk about. But I don't know really why, other than there was a lot of, it was very tumultuous surrounding them. Andrew Jackson was talked about because he like hired a whole bunch of his friends to work for him. He was very imperialistic and militant. And I believe there was an assassination attempt on Andrew Jackson too, and he also survived. Yeah. Assassination attempt. On January 30th, 1835, Richard Lawrence, an unemployed house painter, attempted to assassinate Andrew Jackson outside the U.S. Capitol, but both his pistols misfired, and Jackson escaped unharmed. It's wild. I was going to say, he beat him. Yeah, both. Jackson beat Lawrence with his walking cane. I was going to say, they failed to mention that in the AI thing. He beat the shit out of him with this fucking cane.
More than anything. So this is the Declaration of...
Oh my God, the big Gulf of America. I just noticed that. I just noticed the giant Gulf America thing in the background.
And they said, we have to do something like drapes or something because the light eventually affects it. Just went up yesterday.
It is cool having the Declaration of Independence in there. Wait. We got to get the full... Oh, damn it. The quality is so low. I don't know. Enhanced bitrate? Never mind.
Now, there was
I'm looking for someone that may be like a Teddy Roosevelt.
a lot made on another
No, that's definitely not. There's Franklin Delano.
network about you're bringing in the gold accents to...
Of course he brought in the gold accents. No offense, but Trump is very well known to be
Oval
kind of
Office.
tacky.
Needed a little life.
So you have the mantle and you have the cherubs.
He always goes over the top with gold.
Actually, they're gold, all gold. Look, and you know it's angels. They say angels bring good luck, and we need a lot of luck in this country with what they've done over the last 4 years. So take a look. Do you know that little secret? I don't know if you're going to waste your time putting this on, but throughout the years, people have tried to come up with a gold paint.
Lincoln.
That would look like gold, and they've never been able to do it.
Can't do it.
You've never been able. Look at that look. You've never been able to.
To be fair, the same is true of silver. Like, silver and chrome do not look the same. There is a paleness that is unique to silver. Silver is really, really, really fucking hard to fake correctly. Yeah, I don't know why that is actually.
Gold paint. That's why it's gold. And this is very important. Very proud of this Gulf of America.
Oh, I just like Jesus Christ. I mean, you can't satisfy all the people all the time, but there's like all this, I guess the word is extraneous, all this extra shit. He's just so extra. So unnecessarily fucking extra, dude. Because, like, there are certain things that, like, on paper I agree with. The Gulf of America, I just don't give a shit. That's just stupid. That's so dumb. But there are things like on paper I agree with. Like I do believe in a complete top to bottom audit of the United States government. I think that is a great idea. You should do that. And it should be from a third party that doesn't have too much of an investment in anything in particular. So on paper, that sounds very nice. But then you look at inflated numbers being provided by Elon Musk, and a lot of those numbers are highly fucking inflated. And it's like, well, obviously you're exaggerating the numbers to make it look better than it is. I would much rather you just give me the real numbers, because I would be satisfied if you saved $20,000. Not in total, but if you said we saved $20,000 on this one particular program, that adds up if you have thousands of programs, you know? So but you don't have to give me the most wildly exaggerated number. And they have found really, really crazy things that are just super fucking silly. Like, I want to say they found a recurring payment for the maintenance of the garden when Michelle Obama was in office with her husband, Barack Obama. She was maintaining a garden, right?
And in
And
fact,
they had a set amount of money, like literally designated so that she can maintain this garden, which on paper is a really sweet idea. I actually don't mind that so much because it's not that much, you know, it's not millions of dollars. But they haven't been in office in forever, and that recurring payment is still going.
said to me, you know, we're landing in the Gulf of
It's just,
America.
it's so dumb.
So he was saying, and he said it naturally. He said it so.
But I don't think that we could have possibly ended up with a hot take. I don't think we could have ended up with a good presidency this last time around. I don't think it was possible. It was never going to happen. Is that a fucking leg? That's not a leg turn. Okay, it's not. I feel like he's miming, but I can't point to where he's miming. That's not to say he can't play it, but I feel like there is a sincere lack of like string noise and stuff that you would have. Maybe not though, dude, because that whammy was perfect. Maybe not. Maybe it's just got a really fucking solid tone or something. I don't know. Also, when you're at that edge of breakup or whatever, you don't
made contact,
have as much
but
string
it
noise.
managed to detain me in a restricted area. I am still fully biosuited and will now attempt to escape, even though the Baya tool was taken from me.
Okay, is it like... Okay, it's not one-to-one. What happens if I do this? Nothing. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. These do mirror each other, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, they do. Okay, so do I need to push all the green, maybe? In which case it would be you, right? You, skip 2, outer 2. No. Reverse order? Skip 2. Wait, did I turn one on? Oh, now why didn't they change color that last time? One of them didn't change color, and that confused the ever-living shit out of me. I'm like, oh, I'm doing this wrong, but I was too high above it. The outline was green. It was highlighting the button green, and it made me think that it wasn't changing the color, but it was. Why would they have a puzzle to help you escape from prison? That makes no fucking sense. What? Can I open both of these? Hang on. Oh, that one is... Okay, so no, I can only open this. Right, which... Bing, bing. Oh, shit. The fuck? Okay, what? Hmm? Can I open this one too? No, I cannot. So it's just green. Green. And then that will turn the middle one. No. So they don't invert each other. Okay. All right, I get it. Weird, but all right. Fair enough. No one's gonna come hang out today, huh? No one wants to come chill. One viewer. You guys are just like, fuck this guy. Like, I don't have to stream. I could go fuck around on guitar and run my errands and stuff. It's just weird how that happens. I'll like be thinking before stream, do I really feel like streaming today? Like, I kind of don't, but I should go ahead and do it. I should just get out of the way. And then no one will show up, and it's like, well, fuck. I should have just taken the day off. I've been doing sweeping arpeggios to a metronome, trying to get up to 480 beats per minute, which is not easy. It's pretty fucking hard. I'm in it now, man. I'm here. I'll give it like maybe another 30 minutes. I'll give it like another 30 minutes. And if nobody shows up, then yeah, I'll go fuck off. I'm not sure how this works. Wait, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Done. That's on the top. That's on the bottom. That's how that's supposed to be. That guy needs to be over there. Oh, no. Yeah, I need the bug over here. Oh, is it reversed? Oh, shit, it's reversed, isn't it? Wait, did I accidentally get that right? You motherfucker. It rotates it clockwise only, which is the most obnoxious shit. I'm not a fan of it rotating it clockwise. Stop doing that. Okay, so bug is correct. That is correct. I need to get that to there somehow. Also, how do I get the 2 hourglasses? That doesn't make sense either, because there are no hourglasses. Oh, it changes it. Oh, shit. Okay, wait. So I need 1 triangle, 2 bugs, and 2 hourglasses. 1 windmill. So I need 2 hourglasses. Fair fuck enough. Oh, I gotta scooch everything over there. Yeah, that will work, right? Okay, so I have that. I need a bug or an hourglass. Ah, oh, fuck, I literally hit both of them. Bug, right? We'll rotate this like this. So I can rotate that like that. So now I have 2 bugs, and now I just need an hourglass. Now the problem is I got to get them in the correct order, which is going to be a pain in the ass. But if this rotates... All right, what do I need on the top? I need you on the top. Rotates counterclockwise. Weird. There we go. And then I need to rotate this so the hourglass is there. There we go. So now the hourglass is there. Except the bug is in the wrong place. Shit. Okay. There. Let's see now if I can... Now the hourglass, bug are in the correct spot, but this is not. That needs to be the windmill guy. Yeah, so... No shot. Oh, it's backwards. fuck. I was like, bro, I figured it out. I did not figure it out. Son of a bitch, dude. How do I... Right, so I need to... Wait, that shouldn't have worked. Oh yeah, it would work too, because 2 rotations means that the lateral shapes end up where they started. Ah, shit. So I had solved the puzzle. I was overthinking it. All right, cool. Amarazone, the Explorer's Legacy. What? Amarazone? Get in the zone. Amarazone. Mixed. What is this? It's mixed though. I'm wondering why. Huh. Yeah, I'll add it. It's free. Fuck it. Yes, I have Steam installed. Good call. I'll add it. Because I have the other Siberia games. I need to play them soon. I mean, fuck it. I can install it in the background. I've got to do like Rem, and I've got to do Rem, and I got to do oh, I finished this side, I guess, which unlocked this, which lets me go up here, or it doesn't. What? Or maybe I came down from there and I'm tripping. Yeah, maybe I came down from there, but does that mean I can press this? Oh, it does mean I can press this. But yeah, I should go through and do like a shit ton of point and click games, because I haven't in a while. So everything is green except this guy. This should... only does the second to last. Interesting. You fucker. What? There we go. Okay. And then I got to get all 3 of these to be green, which means pushing the middle one. Oh, I thought I had accomplished something. You fucker! I don't understand precisely what this is doing. Oh, this is incorrect. Fuck. There we go. Which will give me this launch pad. What? The launch pads are behaving weird. Like, they're not triggering the elevators, the lifts, or whatever. Oh. Is that the other side? It is. So I need... I think I need 3 and 3 to get through that. Maybe? I don't know. So these should change colors. But I don't know what that does. Does it? It does not seem to affect them. Okay. Okay. Well, the other side appears to all be red. Oh, I get it. I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, easy. Green. Oh, I don't get it. What? Are they added to each other or something? Hang on. See, we've got 3 lights, right? And it tells you the order you're supposed to put them in. So to get this shape is 2 red, 1 green. And I was thinking, well, if it's 2 rows, then I could do this one separately, but I don't think I can. What? What happened there? Wait, do these guys fuck with those guys? Hang on. Oh! Oh, I get it. Oh shit, I get it. Okay. Ah, I understand. It needs to be entered in twice. Solving puzzles on accident, chat. I don't know fucking how I manage it, but I do. Okay, so I've got 3. So I need ding and dong for you. Then Bugman is middle only. And then windmill is first green one only. Okay, which did what? What did I call? Oh, I guess the jump pad works now? Oh, it goes down. No wonder this was confusing. I thought it was going to take me up. Okay, which brings me back out into this room, which gives me this double jump pad. Boing. These puzzles are actually fun, to be fair. They confuse me because I overthink a lot of the time, but when I'm not overthinking, they're actually quite pleasant. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's on now, son. I think. Yeah. Oh, this is back where I started. Yeah, which lets me through. Let's go.
Entry 8. I seem to be getting back on track. I have found another bio tool, several of them in fact, and I will now attempt to return to the location of the accident.
Here's the thing that I think is funny. If he had retrieved both bio tools at the same time, he could have cheesed like every puzzle in the game because you can carry both a red and a blue at the same time, or 2 blues or 2 reds. You'd think a hyper intelligent alien traveling across vast distances would be like, you know what? Maybe I should grab both of these shits. Just a thought. Okay, so if I grab this guy and I put it on this guy, that made that guy green. Okay, so that guy is green, but that don't do nothing. I can make that guy green. Okay, and then I make this guy green, but oh. Or I can make that guy. Okay, is there anywhere I can go? There is not, but we have the puzzles, which require the blue. Shit, wait. No, that one's blocked for real. Okay, but I can rotate it this way, and now it matches. Let's go. And then we can just, oh, that one's actually already correct. So then, okay, these match, but what the fuck does that accomplish? Nothing. What? Huh? Oh, no, I can't. Can I power it somehow? No. Okay, then do I just let's try doing the combinations. Hang on. On the wall. Oh, duh, hang on. Oh, it just tells me what it is. Ah, well then we should do that one first. I don't know why, but it feels like that should be first. And then... Ah, there we go. All right, come here. You go chill over there. You, boom, over there. Now you come back. So we got an hourglass on this one, so we can just hourglass. Boom. We could just grab this guy and go boing. And then we grab this guy, go boing. Then we go here, boing. Oh, we still need another one. Oh, shit. Okay. Technically need to power this one as well. What? Oh, there's one up here. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Hang on. You, there. All right. So we need to do hourglass windmill. Oh, I don't even need this. Hang on. Well, no. No, I don't. I don't even need this one. Because I can just rotate this to windmill, I think it is. Oh, shit. Did it rotate that guy too? Well, that's bullshit. Okay. Then you there. You there. Ah, which gives me this. Okay. If I take one. Alright. Alright, fair enough. I can't cheese it. Alright, now we're in this shit. Okay. Wait, now I'm up here, which means that if I... Oh my god, I could go ham. Hang on. Oh no, I can't go ham. Oh shit, I'm stuck. Oh no. Oh no, chat. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, the door closed on me, chat. Oh no, this is bad. Oh, do I have to do it all again? God damn it. I mean, that's my fault. I tried to cheese it, and it's like, no, sir, you are fucked. You are not allowed to cheese. No cheese for you. Oh, does that rotate? It does rotate both of them. All right, hang on. Boom. No cheese in my coffee for me. Sorry. And then we're doing windmill. All right. Wait a minute. Oh. We're not allowed to cheese it, Chad. It won't let you do it. That's sad. I really wanted to cheese it too. I guess this door closes on you and you get like perma-stuck if you're not careful. Okay, so we got Bugman Windmill, right? And then we got Devil Trap Hourglass Windmill. Wait, what? Oh no, it's broken. Oh no. Fuck, okay.
It would appear you found your way out of confinement.
Wait, no. No, we're not doing that. There's secretes there. You thought I didn't see the secrete, but I saw the secrete. I don't know how to solve for the secrete, but I'm fucking doing it. All right, so now those are both hourglasses. So we do this one. So windmill, I guess. Yeah. No. Yeah. Wait, no, wait, yeah. Okay, yes, that's what I wanted. And then we just change that. One more. Oh, it's two more? No. Three more? Yeah, there we go. All right. Oh, I fucked up. There's a secret here, chat. 100% there's a secret here because of these guys. I can interact and rotate these guys, or I could just straight up go through. Secret button, secret button, secret button. Let's see. We're gonna try it again. Yeah, all right. I only have one, but I think you were only ever able to swipe one. Okay. So, hang on. Right, whatever is lit is what that needs to be. So it needs to be... What? You motherfucker. What the hell? Oh, it has a... What? What happens if I push it now? It rotates that. But if I do that and I push this, it also still rotates that. So if I rotate one of these, right, so we want bug windmill. I think that's correct. It's whatever's pointed inward in this case. Right, and we don't know what the bottom two are. Oh, there is definitely a secrete here. This was meant to be... Oh, that was meant to be windmill, maybe. Hang on. That was meant to be... If that's a windmill... How do I change this one, though? That doesn't make sense. Doesn't do anything. What? I don't think I'm smart enough to figure this puzzle out. I think there is a secrete puzzle here. I bet if I were to look at the walls closely enough, I could tell where... Maybe not. Right. It's green, which means all empty. It's red on the... Fuck it. Fuck it. If there is a secret there, I don't know how to do it.
It would appear you found your way out of confinement. This is highly unexpected behavior for blue humans.
I come in peace. I deal in knowledge and harmony. My domains are discovery and restoration. I am an archaeologist. I told you already, I have no idea who these blue humans are, but you have no reason to detain me.
Oh, but I do, archaeologist. Well, here you are now. So I'm sure you'll want to hear what I have to tell you.
No, but I guess I'm going to anyway. What? I mean, that's correct. That's what that is. That's correct. That's what that is. Oh, I need a blue. Oh, then... What? What? Oh.
Let me introduce myself properly. I am Iris, and I am the first SCOM, synthesized computing organic matter ever created. After millennia of evolution and scientific progress, humankind, the beings that used to inhabit the planet we are orbiting above, had reached what was widely accepted to be the pinnacle of their evolution. That was, of course, while still bound to their fragile and short-lasting physical form.
Okay. But now here's the problem. I cannot reset that, nor can I reset this. So just because I've moved that... Okay, so I need to open this first. But how do I open that first? Oh. What? Doesn't do anything. Oh, it doesn't do anything. No sugar in my coffee for me. No sugar in my tea. Okay, but what does this do? What? I don't understand. Hang on, Chad. I'll be back. I'm going to use the restroom and think about this. exhausted. Hunger.
Your addiction to your phone likened you to a crack addict, just as I didn't say you are an idiot. I said the way you're driving in this situation is idiotic. I didn't say all of those things, and I would stand behind both. You throw it on, Shem. What do you see?
Jesus Christ, bro gave her some heat, man. Holy fuck. All right, well. Right, so Hourglass moves that there. The problem is I can't... Hang on. That opens that, okay, but we also have one that also won't work. Okay. Oh, fucker. Is there no shot that I can, like, glitch this? I absolutely cannot. Fuck. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. All right. Right. So I only have one, but if I remove this, oh, it does not move back. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. I thought it needed power to maintain its position. It does not. Problem solved. We solved this puzzle as well. Easy peasy. Okay, we're gonna get 2 more now, looks like. Okay, I don't know what the fuck purpose that serves. Oh, that's how that one got powered, which powers this door, but I think we need this whole area of the game makes no sense. Like I can just swipe that. Oh no, I cannot swipe that. I lied, chat. Okay. Oh, I have to be able to swipe one though. I have to be able to swipe one. Who can I swipe? Aw. Can't swipe this guy. Nope, won't work. Is there really no shot? Nope. Okay, so I can't sneak this one. Okay, which tells me most likely that that guy is somehow the key. What does this do? Nothing. Okay. What is the purpose of this shit? I need a guy there. Oh, the rooms. Okay, so we need windmill, hourglass, bug. I now understand. So this needs to be windmill, hourglass, bug. Okay, so we got windmill, hourglass, bug. And then we need windmill, devil trap, hourglass. Windmill, devil trap, hourglass. Okay, so we solved that, but I don't know what that accomplishes. So I got this guy and I got this guy, which applies power here, but then how do I get power to the room? Did anything open up that would let me make a connection? No, there's also not a passage from another room. So none of these rooms have a passage except this one. It's the only one. Right. No button on his butt. That's a bummer. Looking for a secret button. Secret button. Yes, so even now, removing power results in it closing. Wait. 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 Hang on. Oh my god. Oh no. Alright, hang on. Alright. I think we figured it out. I think we figured it out. Okay, so yeah, so now what we need, okay, we got this guy, is I can go there with that guy, but that will let me swipe this guy, which will let me do that, and then I can get this. Yeah, fuck yeah!
It was thus concluded that finding a way to overcome their mortality was the only possible course of action that would lead to further evolution. After countless failures, humans found a way to synthesize self-sustaining and everlasting organic matter capable of hosting the map of consciousness of a human being. And so I came to be.
I don't like it when she says, and so I came to be, and then she closes a fucking door behind me, bro. Not a fan of that. I knew one of these booty blasters. I knew one of these booty blasters would have a collectible. Thank you, booty hole man. Have you ever seen that that black dude that gets arrested? And he's like, watch where you're putting your hands, booty hole man. You ever seen that? I bet if you look up like funniest arrest in history, it's what it is. I respect this guy. I guarantee you've seen it. Yeah, it's literally the top one.
It's really cool. Get on the ground. It's really.
I wonder if there's a better quality. Is this one better quality? Yeah.
Really cool. You fast, bro, but you ain't fast enough. What do you know? You ain't get me. I got you. Oh, don't tase me. That shit just stings. My safe word is pineapple juice.
Put your hands behind your back, both hands.
It's warm.
Stay just like that. Cross your ankles.
Ooh.
Cross your
We
ankles.
gonna take pictures?
Bring your ankles up to your butt.
Swap man, what's my safe word?
Bring your ankles up to your butt.
That's how far I go. You think I'm in Pilates?
Stay just like that.
Ooh, oh, that's cute. Oh, watch your hands, boy. Don't do that. That's my lighter. It don't work. Don't do drugs, kids. Those are my quarters. You wanna-
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
That has changed. You know how long it took me to acquire
those?
Some of those are limited edition. Well, that's my flash drive. Don't look at it unless you want to see Big D. Watch your fingers, booty hole man.
Watch your fingers,
He's
booty
strong.
hole man.
Every strong man got a sensitive side. What's your safe word? Hey, real talk though. In my car, I got snack. Would you mind getting my snacks for me?
No.
Remember what I said?
Get on the ground.
It's really. You fast, bro.
I love that shit, dude. That's so funny. Like, I don't know how as a cop you wouldn't be laughing your ass off. I'd have a hard time arresting him. Like, he'd have to have done something really bad. Like, if dude was peddling crack or just got done robbing a place. But, like, we never see what he actually did. I mean, probably the only thing they're going to charge him with is evading arrest or impeding an investigation or some bullshit like that. Oh, fuck. Oh no. No, we don't have to do that, do we? We have to do both of them? Oh, fuck off. Fuck this puzzle. I already know. The problem I have with this, I already know, is, hey, we're out of ideas for puzzles. Let's make this shit as convoluted as humanly fucking possible. So, all right, it duplicates it to both of them. That's great. The problem is, that should put it up there, which is what I want. And I think that might need to go last, but we'll test it with this, right? This should duplicate it to both, and then we can flip. And we got these two correctly, but actually, no, I need to work on the center. So what we're going to do is we're going to overwrite. And the first one we need actually is hourglass. So we hourglass. That writes to both of those. Flip. Then the next one we need to write is weird-ass triangle. We write to both of those. So now we have weird-ass triangle. I think I may have goofed, actually. Hang on. Boom. Boom. And now we need to write windmill. Windmill. Write those to both of those. Unfortunately, we end up with two windmills, but fuck it. And then what we can do is we can flip these two. So we got these two correct. Flip these two. Now, these are not technically correct. I actually need to move this guy. I need to overwrite him. And the reason is I need to get bug. So we get bug. We overwrite them both with bug. And then bug goes in this position. Oh, now we have a bit of a problem, though. Oh, fuck, we have a problem. Oh, no. Yeah, you're fine. Fuck. Dude, there's no one in chat where I would ask, what is the problem? And I bet you... Oh, wait a minute. That one has to be the last one, right? Oh, fuck. Maybe if I start right to left or something? All right, let's start with hourglass again. We're going to do this over. We're going to do hourglass. We're going to... Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but okay. We need to... Yeah. And that will allow me to put hourglass in the center, which technically we already have, so we don't need hourglass. We need triangle, which will let me put triangle in this bottom, but I need to make triangle safe by moving it over here. And then I need to overwrite with windmill. That puts windmill in the correct place, but it also switches these and allows me to put windmill where it needs to be. That is just a little bit of a bummer, except bug is where it's supposed to be. We need weird-ass triangle. We write weird-ass triangle, and then we just flip it. All right, we solved one thing. I don't know what the fuck we solved. What opened? I'm probably just gonna beat the game and then get off. What did I do? What happened? That moved? I bet you that moved. I bet you that moved up to there. I didn't even pay attention. All right. So if that moved up to there, then we got to do this bullshit. It's the same exact, except the order needs to start with triangle. Yeah, we'll start with triangle, and we'll move triangle to center. And then we need windmill. And then we move windmill to bottom center. So now we have the two center pieces. Now what we need... I need a bug hourglass. Well, I need hourglass in the bottom left, which I can do. So if I flip this, what does that do? Oh, no. I need bug. I need bug. Which lets me put bug in the right place, but that needs to be hourglass. So we need to... See, I gotta pay attention. I need bug. Bug. So now bug is there, but I need to get an hourglass. And the only way to do that is to move these so that I can store bug where I need to store bug. And then I need hourglass, which lets me store bug in the correct place. So now I have hourglass, bug, triangle, hourglass, needs to be windmill, which puts that up there. The problem is bug. Hang on. Hourglass, bug, triangle, windmill. I need that to be a windmill. Fuck. I hate this. All right, so I need a second windmill as well. But that means that I got to get hourglass somehow. And then flip these so that windmill is down there. But then I have no storage location. So this is like this is literally a sorting algorithm. I might need to restart. Let's see. Correct. I need to change only that one. And it needs to be bug. All right, so if I do this correctly, the way that I would need to do it, I need to pretend like these are empty, because I need bug. Okay, so I need windmill and hourglass to be last on both sides. So I do windmill and hourglass after doing. Yes. Yes, that is. I need to do windmill and hourglass. Which means I need to move. Okay, so I gotta do bug first. Bug. Then I need to switch these two switch these two. What the hell? My character got stuck. Okay, so now these two guys can be flipped, right? Now all I need is hourglass on one side, this side, and I need windmill on this side. Okay, the problem is I need to funnel this up, which is gonna be hard to do. I don't know how precisely to funnel that up because I need these two to switch places, which I don't think they can. Or I could I do it like that? Like this. Yes. You. Those need flipped. The only way to flip them is on the bottom, so the bottom left needs to be hourglass. Okay, hang on. And that needs to be bug. Which means that I can't flip that way. Don't know. This one's got me a little bit stuck. I can get the hourglasses in the correct position, but I don't think I can get bug into the correct position. Maybe I can. Hang on. What I have to do is flip these. So now hourglass is in the correct position. Then I flip this and this. So now that's in the correct position. That's in the correct. This isn't. So now I need to get bug in the correct position, and I need to flip these. Got it. Puzzling good, bro. I'm puzzling good, I think. I think I am anyway. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I'm puzzling good. It's interesting because that last puzzle is literally a sorting algorithm, which is so weird. But it is. Okay, so I guess we could just do hourglass, windmill, devil trap. All right, so we got that one. And then we've got to do Spidey, hourglass, Spidey, which opens this, which lets me get to here, and then I can shoot that, and it'll go through to that, and it'll open the center door, I bet. Let's see. Right, so now the center door is open. Well, wherever it is. Now the center door is open. We push a button.
The experiment was deemed a complete success. Upon creation,
This is an elevator?
able to link to the internet, a rudimentary network used by gray humans to share data. Within a few hours, I drafted the future of the human race. The most logical path suggested that a few million selected human beings should undergo the digitalization procedure and become scoms. These scoms would be different from me and divided into categories based on the needs of the species. Such categories would have their programming slightly modified to enhance a particular behavior, and I used colors to identify them. Half of the scoms would become green matter, cheapest to synthesize, low in computing power, and with a bestowed inclination to obey other scoms. A fifth of the scoms would become blue matter, of average computing power. They would be assigned to all technological and logistical duties. Another fifth would become red matter, of average computing power, but more expensive to synthesize due to their inclination. They were created as soldiers with the sole purpose of executing the orders of the Golden Council.
Which is like 1% or something. I bet you. What? Fucking excuse me, guys. Oh, that bullshit. That bullshit right there. So I got rotate it when now they're all green, but these two are red. With me, I gotta flip with this. And now they're all green. I open something. What I open? I open this, which lets me shoot this, which powers this and opens that. Let's go. Oh, is this it? Reach the inner core of Opus. Yo, this looks sick. Please deposit your buy. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, this actually looks pretty cool. One cool thing I like about this game is it's like a gig and a half, but it still looks good. Enter Iris's lair. The fog could look a little better, but...
The remaining ones would become black matter, of high computing power and very expensive to synthesize. They would be the leaders assigned to each group, with the duty to do the will of the Golden Council, being the only ones able to decipher their orders. Only 10 worthy ones would be created to be almost equal to me. They would be known, as you might have guessed, as the Golden Council.
You've got to be kidding me. This sounds like...
Your home.
What? This sounds like crazy. It sounds very crazy. Crazy it sounds like. Wait, what is this? I can't run. Oh no. I'm going slow. I don't want to go slow. Oh, it is a case of flippity flippity. The top one is correct, the bottom one.
I assumed as much. Would I be correct in presuming the leader of your people looks different than you, and has been there since what you believe is the dawn of time?
He is long gone, actually. Thought by many to be a legend. But how could you know that? How did you hack my mind without me noticing?
I had no need to do so, as I said. I presumed as much. And now, I know as much.
What are you trying to say?
It is now clear to me that you are, in fact, a blue matter human.
What?
Or rather, the result of thousands of their upgrades. You see, the story I am telling you did not have a happy ending. The plan I proposed was naturally carried on and executed, but it was not widely accepted. The billions of people that were left out of the program rebelled. Some directly opposed the procedure. Some wanted to be included at all costs. Years passed, and the dream for space colonization was finally ready to become reality. Blues and Reds would be the colonizers, and I contributed to creating specific spaceships for each of them. Some black matters would split between 2 ships as coordinators. Both Blues and Reds would have to undergo and overcome a mental and physical test before they embarked. For that purpose, I created Opus, the orbital program instructional station we are in right now.
So what you're trying to tell me is that we, the Kuvith, are a colony of these blue humans? Sorry, but you are mistaken. Right there. We are a society of supremely technological beings. And we have kept records of our history since we were created by the will of Tessitai itself, as he who has always been has taught us, as I, a Kuvith, have been taught.
Soon after the first ships left Earth, tensions on the planet rose to unsustainable levels. Humans united against the Scoms and the Golden Council, finally leading to war. The war was over quickly, as the response of the Golden Council was to simply eliminate the remaining gray matter humans, who they then deemed useless. Humans responded by self-destructing, eradicating themselves and the remaining Scoms. As the Golden Council fell, contact with the ships was lost, and I always thought the colonists would be forever adrift in the void of space. But you are the proof that this was not the case, that at least one of the ships made it to its destination.
This is the center. Okay, but what am I doing now? I've solved your little puzzles, I think. Oh, one is lit up. One is lit up. This one's lit up.
So here we are. Rog Zekon. This is me. The very first specimen of our kind.
Our kind?
Your beliefs are but a result of data lost through thousands of years of upgrades. Without proper leadership and programming, I assume the colonists stuck to their duties, but slowly forgot why they were created and who they were in the first place. It's up to you now to decide if the truth I shared with you must be spread, or if it's too dangerous to be heard.
Truth? Do you expect me really to believe all of this? Sorry to tell you that as an academic, I will not take anything for granted without any proof. I shall take you with me to Kunor and have you analyzed by our scientists to have a clear idea about who or what you are. Then, and only then, I will start listening to what you have to say.
I would strongly advise against that. Removing me from my station will leave Opus without a governing AI, which will bring it to collapse. The optimal course of action leading to a beneficial result for the both of us would be for you to leave and later come back to Opus with the scientist you mentioned. I will be eagerly awaiting your arrival.
Yeah, I'll leave.
Collapse? I have recorded everything anyway. I don't know if I'll be able to come back here, but I'd also rather not die and destroy this relic of a civilization, lost somewhere in space. So, I will take my leave.
Good ending? Bad ending? Mixed ending? I don't think she did anything extreme enough for me to be like, I'll kill her. All right, let's go. You know what I mean? She's not quite, she's not quite, what's the word? GLaDOS, right? Uh-oh. What the hell? Oh, this is one of the... What the fuck? Did I get teleported? What is going on? It's getting bigger, so we're getting closer to something, I think. Am I backing up? No, there's an invisible wall there. I have no choice but to go to the end of this hall. Not a fan of that, because this just appears like I'm back where I started.
Please stand by for identification.
Oh, and then it restarts, so I got bad ending.
Indeed. A wise choice.
Well, we finished it. We finished the game. All right. We can do level selection and go to the very tippity ending. Oh, no, we have to hear the whole monologue. Nah, we have to hear the whole monologue. I don't want to hear the whole monologue again. What we'll do... I might do that in my free time, but what we'll do is we'll go to YouTube, we'll go to Faraday Protocol, and we'll go to extract ending. Faraday Protocol ending. Endend. Hang on. Including both endings. It says including. Okay. Wait. Oh, this is if you extract. Okay. So
I think I'll take my chances. I've played by your rules this whole time. Now we're going to play by mine.
Yo, I should have done this ending. This ending is way more sick. Like, it obviously the place still functions without her. Okay, and then he teleports up just like we teleported before. Except there's like a big load scene. Okay, this is like a glass floor, but you can't tell. Oh shit, it's starting to collapse. Gotta get to the ship, bro. You follow the path. Follow the path. Yes. You gotta go on a walk through the woods. Oh, this is a much better ending. Fuck. I goofed by playing my ending. I'm pretty sure she died, though. Look, she's not glowing anymore. She lost her power source. Is this correct? Yeah, you have to go... You have to go under, I think. Oh, no, he got lost. God, the bitrate is very bad, though. Yeah, see, he was supposed to go under that tree, I think. He's getting there. Yeah, see, there's the rest of the path, yeah. I don't know that it can open the door for you. So when I tried to get to my ship, it gave me no choice. Yeah. Shit, he got good ending. No way, dude. I should have gotten good ending. That's cool. I'll go back and replay it sometime in my free time and get this ending, because I like this ending a lot better. I think I chose incorrectly.
System override completed.
No shit.
Thank you for finally behaving as intended, Rog.
Damn, there is no good ending.
I'll be able to fulfill the plan for the creation of my own world.
Wait, is there another?
Lost somewhere in space.
I'll take my leave. Oh, so there is no good ending. Damn it. That's not cool. You should at least have like a secret ending, you know? Damn. Bummer. Man, I'm not looking forward to this weekend. I haven't felt well the last couple of days, and I hate going to work when I feel under the weather. I feel sick. I don't know what's wrong, but I definitely feel sick. You guys want to watch someone use a carpet washing utility on a marmot? Let's go. Yeah, wash that marmot. Soak that bad boy up. Get him extra soapy. Why was this recommended to me, Chad? Oh, it's just spreading out. You can see him move and breathe, so he's alive. He is just... Are you going to give him a pedicure and stuff too? He's got one bad claw down here. You need to work on that. Sand that down. Wait. Okay, there's a cat in the background of the video. There's a fucking... I thought I was hallucinating, chat. I was like, oh no. All right, this is how you clean a cat.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to stop cleaning, please. Yeah. Yeah.
Calculated almost everything.
He's gonna fall. Yeah, I hate that. Always makes me feel anxious for the kitties. Don't do that. I just wanted to see cat versus vacuum. Oh man, I saw this guy. I saw this guy. There is a condition that makes it so that there is no limit to muscle growth. I can't remember what the condition is called. Myostatin. YouTube. Oh, YouTube. Oh my God, dude. I can't type anything. What the fuck is my problem? So, bodybuilder with myostatin deficiency. This guy is insane. If I can find him, there's a dude with a, I think it's this guy. Yeah. It's incredibly rare in humans. You see it in animals a lot, but you don't really see it in humans. You know, there's like prize bulls and stuff that have this myostatin deficiency. But basically what it means is that the body doesn't put a stopgap on muscle growth, which is actually insane. Like you just basically continue to always develop muscle as long as you exercise, where a lot of bodybuilders would, they would plateau. People with a myostatin deficiency just get ridiculous incredibly quick. This is not the video I saw before, but it was actually nuts. This guy looked not human. I don't know how to explain it. He was like all muscle. He looked like a comic book character. If I ever find the video again, I'll share it, because like, dude, it was actually crazy. He went from like a skinny, lanky dude to looking like a cartoon character. It was abnormal, and it was incredibly quick because they had a myostatin deficiency. It's good to see you, Lumi. You kind of picked a bad time. I'm going to be wrapping up here in a second. I've got to go do things for work and stuff. How are you and the cowboy? Have you moved to Canada yet? Are you a Canadian citizen? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is true though. Like I have to, I can't. So I can hang out for a couple minutes. We can chat for a minute, but yeah. I was just going to jump on, finish Faraday Protocol, which I did. I beat it. And then I was going to run and make sure I have groceries and things for work this weekend. Are you still talking? Cool. Is it like robotic now? Did you get like a robot? Is it like titanium? Okay, that's good. Something about the way you said that. Is it good? Are you guys still good? Maybe I'm reading into it. Oh, okay, that's good. I got a couple of those. I think it's actually a fatty lipoma, but yeah. I actually do. I'm not just saying that. I have a like a fatty lipoma like right here. You can feel it. I had x-rays done, so it's not cancerous. Okay, good. I'm glad. But it does annoy me. Like I want it gone. But we don't have the best healthcare system in the United States. You can't tell if you were to look at me, like you can't see it. But I can feel it occasionally, and it aggravates the shit out of me. But it kind of runs in the family, like fatty lipomas do. So I hate it though, because they're just weird. Usually can't see them. I actually have one in my arm that you almost can see. Oh, you see the shaded area right here? There's actually a fatty lipoma under there. Very small one. Literally right there. I have to get the light just right so you can see that there's literally a teeny bump. I've got one on my upper arm too. I hate it. Yeah, they're annoying. They just annoy you. And most of the time you don't notice. The time that I notice is if it just so happens that that part of my arm itches. So if like I get like a mosquito bite and I go to scratch, it's aggravating because I can feel it like push. I don't know how to explain it. Like pop or something. Not pop like, but like it drags when you run over it. So if you scratch, it feels odd. There's one on the inside of my arm that's that way, and one under my rib right here. That's that way. My sister also has fatty lipomas. Oh no, what's wrong? I don't. The person you should ask is probably Alfred. He probably knows better than I do. But what is it? What are you trying to do? You can't. What Linux are you trying to install? It doesn't technically matter. It just depends on if it's like, is it using Calamares? Is it got its own like little installer, step-by-step thing? Or are you trying to do it like manually? Is it like Arch or something? If it's Arch, then there is actually a pretty good video by DistroTube that I recommend because he makes it very no nonsense. There are annoying parts to doing it manually though. Because I'm like, I so rarely connect to the internet in a terminal that I always forget how to do it. What? I'm missing some EFI something. Interesting. Was it formerly a Windows machine, or did you have Linux on it previously? Because I had a friend recently, Morinir, who had issues with EFI. And he had to go into his BIOS and reconfigure it. How old is the computer too? Well, we don't have to figure it out right now. But UEFI is, so I have a SSD partitioned, so I'm trying to install it in an empty partition. I need Windows on the other half. Okay, so you're trying to dual boot Windows and Linux. That's actually something I've not done before. I've been in the BIOS, but nothing works. Yeah, that's really, really weird. I'll ask Captain about it because Captain was the last one I know to dual boot like that. And you said you have an extra partition, so you should just be able to point to the partition that you've installed Linux on and then select that bootloader like Grub or some equivalent, what it is you want to launch. It should be fine. But my guess is that Windows is giving you grief somehow because, yeah, I had a friend who couldn't update Windows because he had to update his EFI partition. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm in the same boat. I'm actually in the same boat. Yeah, I'll ask around this weekend while I'm at work because Captain installed Linux alongside Windows. He's done it fairly recently too, so he'd be very helpful. And Morinir had issues with EFI, but it was when he was updating to Windows 11. And I remember there were special steps that we needed to go through in order to get it set up, and I walked him through it. To be fair, I found a video, and I walked him through it by going through the video with him. And he was able to get it working. Yeah, they are. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've never had that problem, so I don't know that I can help you. Krusty might be able to. That's Alfred. Then again, like, Alfred, when was the last time you dual booted Windows with Linux? That's weird. So I'm guessing, well, if you've installed Windows first, then you've got the Windows bootloader, whatever that would be. So you don't have like Grub installed to a partition, right? That would then point at the different operating systems. Yeah, because you need a partition to point to it. So like when the computer starts, it loads a bootloader, and the bootloader gives you options about what operating system to launch, assuming you have more than one. Yeah, yeah, I honestly don't know because I've never dual booted. Yeah, you can't, obviously you can't boot it when you can't install it. There must be, yeah, you've got a chicken and the egg problem. I'm not entirely sure how to solve that with Windows alongside of it. She already has a partition on a drive that she can install too. You also have to be careful about how many partitions you have. You can only have like 4 logical partitions, I think. Once you go over that, you'll break things. Okay, yeah, then that's fine. Hang on. Shit, I might. Well, that's if the master boot record is on that same drive, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if we got multiple drives and stuff, that's different. See, so if you go into Windows and you go into Disk Manager, see, I have an EFI system, and then this is where Windows actually is, and then I have a recovery partition. So I have 3. So if I were to install Linux, I'd have to adjust certain files because Windows is real hoggy in order to create a new partition. And then this EFI partition would then either point to Windows or it would point to Linux. That's a good idea. Yeah, feel free to post it in Discord. There's a dump it into Games and Technology. This is a good place for it. It's about the closest approximation, I think. What I'd be curious to see is in Windows, when you run disk management, does it say that you have this healthy EFI system partition? Like, does this not exist? Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You've kind of got a captive audience with me this weekend because I'll be going to work. It does not. That makes no sense. That explains why you only have 2 partitions, though, because you probably have your Windows partition and then another partition for, well, Linux in this case. Can you install Windows 10 without... Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, another hard drive. So you're booting legacy. Yeah, so you're using legacy mode in Windows. This is actually the problem that that Mornier had when he was trying to update, I think. Yeah, so you're using the legacy, right? And with legacy, you don't need an EFI partition, I don't think. At least for Windows. It can literally just be one partition. I think. Don't hold me to that. But I feel like that was the case once upon a time. And Mornier had an issue where he also was like booting legacy and he had to update it because Windows 11 wouldn't let him install without it because I'm pretty sure. See, notice how it doesn't say yes because I'm pretty sure you actually do have to have an EFI partition in TPM. Yeah, what the way I picture it in my head is you would actually create 2 partitions. You would create one partition for Grub and then another partition for Linux. So you divide your hard drive 3 ways. And then Grub would be your bootloader. It would point to either Windows or Linux. So basically what you would be doing, and you can correct me on this, Stid, if I'm incorrect, is you would be creating an EFI system, but it would be Grub. You'd have Grub here. And Grub is just a bootloader for Linux. It can also bootload like a shit ton of different operating systems, but it's commonly used with Linux. So what you would do is you would put one partition here and then another partition here, and you'd have something like Grub, Windows, Linux as your 3 partitions. Yeah. I know it can call multiple, but the thing is, like, where I'm on a Windows only system, I obviously don't use Grub, but interestingly, I have a Linux only system that does. So Grub more often accompanies Linux is all I'm saying. Not that it's exclusive to, But am I wrong in thinking that would be how you do it? It's in /boot. I honestly did not know that. That makes sense though. That also makes sense that you can customize. So it's mounted there. So my guess, so it's created a partition for Grub and then mounted that partition in /boot. Is that how that works? I'm asking Alfred. That sounds correct. I feel like when I installed FreeBSD, I had to do that. Like I had to actually mount it. I swear to God, I feel like, but it's been so long. It's been like 10 years ago since I used FreeBSD. So don't hold me to that. But let's not confuse Lumi. We just need to figure out how to make a bootloading partition for. I feel like I've ran Linux in legacy mode before, and you just have to manually select when you start your system. Like you have to press F9 or delete or whatever, and then go to boot order and select whatever operating system. Yeah, what I'm saying is I feel like when I installed FreeBSD, I feel like I created a partition and then I mounted /boot in that partition. Or it's kind of hard to explain. I just remember that there was like a pre-built file hierarchy that already existed in the image file that you then, mounted to individual place. God, I sound like a fucking idiot. It's been so long since I've installed anything complicated. What is the Linux distribution you're using? So you said Cinnamon. Like Linux Mint? I bet it's Linux Mint. Yeah. Have you tried installing Linux Mint in legacy mode? Right? So hang on. So yeah, so you would go into BIOS, right? And you would set the boot mode to legacy if it's not already, which I think it probably is. If Windows doesn't have an EFI, it's booting the legacy way, the old way, right? And then when installing Linux Mint, you would make sure that UEFI secure boot is off, that it is disabled. You set the priority to legacy first. I'm reading right now. It says, yeah, ensure that ensure you boot the installation media in legacy BIOS mode and choose the something else option during installation to manually partition your drive, creating a bootable partition instead of an EFI partition. Oh, so they want you to manually create. You also did that, really? Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is Arch. Yeah. What I'm reading is, right. So it literally just said pretty much what Alfred said, right? Create a partition for the root directory and a boot partition, typically around 512 megabytes, formatted as ext4. I knew I had done that before. I don't remember if it was FreeBSD or Arch that I did that last. And then you choose bootloader. During installation, specify the device where you want to install the bootloader, which should be the same partition where you created the boot partition. Then ignore EFI partition errors. If you encounter an error about missing an EFI partition, you can ignore it as you are installing in legacy BIOS mode and don't need an EFI partition. And that didn't work. The problem is, yeah, that's what it says. This is the AI though. This is the AI, but here, see, this is the thing I don't like about the AI is I've got this guy right here, but it won't actually follow this link. One of these, no EFI partition found. What does this say? Does this have the word ignore? It does. 3 times. You're installing in UEFI mode and you do need that EFI partition. On the other hand, if you started clicking on new partition table button, partitioning scheme will be GPT by default, which is what Morinier's hard drive was. You don't need that reserved BIOS boot area. In that case, in the case of legacy BIOS boot, that's a warning you'll need to ignore. That's interesting. So if you did everything, if you booted it from legacy and installed it, when you encounter this EFI partition error, you can just ignore it. According to this, the problem is this is pointing to a forum. This is, you know, so some jackass on the internet maybe gave this opinion. I'm not entirely sure. And these Linux, this is also the forum I would probably ask your questions in, actually, instead of Reddit, is actually go to the Linux Mint forum where people are installing. The main difference with that thread is now Mint installer, throw that warning, every booting installing on BIOS mode with no other system installed on UEFI mode first. Look for an EFI partition. Also check the mode you're booting installing with. If it says UEFI, you are booting installing on UEFI mode. If it is UEFI legacy or BIOS, then you are booting installing in BIOS mode. So this might be helpful whenever you're installing it. You might want to run this INXI-M to verify that it says UEFI legacy or that it says BIOS. And if that's the case, then you should be safe to ignore the EFI partition warnings. No, the problem, it's not that Reddit will give her bad information. It's that Reddit is passive aggressive and shitty, and they will shit all over you and make you feel stupid. They love it more than anything. They're bloodthirsty little fucks. That's the problem. Not that the information is bad, just that they're going to make you feel like a piece of shit for asking. I have seen it so many times. I'm glad that you've had a good experience, genuinely. But I am so sick of fucking passive aggressive, better than thou. Actually, guys on Reddit, I'm so tired of it. I fucking can't stand it. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. Maybe you just don't recognize their sarcasm. Oh yeah, dude, Reddit is awful. It's interesting to me the number of people that don't notice it either. Like either because Alfred is the second person to say this. And it's like, damn, either he's had a really good experience or he's missing the social cues where they're obviously being passive aggressive and shitty. The other person was more near. He's like, oh, Reddit is fine. Dude, I can, there are a couple of smaller forums on Reddit that seem mostly fine. But anytime you go to any kind of like a bigger thread, it's awful. Well, see, like that might be too. You might be actually asking genuinely non-noob questions. right? The two things that I get when I ask a question, especially if it's a noob question, are disdain or no answer. Like legit. That's what I get. I asked some questions about Glaze WM on Reddit, got no answers except one person that was being shitty with me. And to be fair, it was a dumb question, but I didn't know that it was a dumb question. It seemed like a perfectly valid one. I think Reddit has gotten worse than it used to be. I think Reddit is worse than it used to be. I don't think Reddit used to be this bad. Yeah, that sucks. I need to dual boot Linux on this system, but it won't help you because I do have an EFI partition. So your case is kind of niche. Like I would need a GPT version of Windows installed on my hard drive in order to then install Linux to an extra partition so that I could familiarize myself with it. And I have done plenty of Linux installs in Legacy before, but never with another operating system. And I've actually never dual booted Windows and Linux ever. And the last time I did a from the beginning installation of Arch is probably like 6 years ago. It's been like 6 years. Not counting like Manjaro or Arco that have installer scripts. Might be longer, actually. I was working at my last job, so 2018, 7 years. It's been 7 years since I did a fresh install of Arch. So Alfred would be a good person to ask because he's probably done it this year. I would not be surprised. Yeah, but every problem you might encounter will be found with the web search. Sure, the problem is how buried it is and whether or not you have the faculties to understand the context of the answer when it's given to you. There really is this kind of elitism in every category that I can think of where the people take, they assume that, well, it's obvious. Obviously, you know, it's obvious. You'd be an idiot if you didn't know. When in actuality, there's a good portion of people who genuinely don't know, and they don't even understand the answer when it's given to them, and then they're treated with disdain. Like Reddit is not a noob-friendly place. If you have a good foundational knowledge, you'll be okay mostly. But if you're brand fucking new, you get shat on a lot. I have only had it happen once or twice. Mostly it's me witnessing other people get shat on. Yeah, that it's interesting because I will say that like within the Arch Linux community, they are definitely the actually type people, but for the most part, they're not going to be shitty to someone who's new. I haven't really ever seen that. I'm sure it exists, but I haven't really seen that too much. Usually, like Arch Linux guys are elitist about their specific setup, right? Like they'll be like, oh, you use, I don't know, i3 or whatever. I'm a DWM guy, you know, like I don't know how to explain it. That's actually a really bad example. It's usually, what is it, systemd is the big one. So it's like I use Artix Linux because I don't like to deal with that bloat kind of shit is more often the case. Or I prefer to use only suckless software. And like I get where they're coming from, but not everybody's that guy. Yeah. I mean, that is true. You shouldn't let people being shitty dissuade you from learning. Because, okay, so the way that I would think about it is if you put up with people being shitty to you because of your lack of knowledge, but then you gain that knowledge, then the next person who doesn't have that knowledge, the next person that is you, the noob, you will be able to help that person without being shitty. You know, I've used Linux for years, and honestly, I've fucking barely scratched the surface of it. It's crazy. It's interesting too because enough has changed in Linux that my knowledge of it in the beginning is way better than my knowledge of it now. And it's because so much has changed. At least that's part of it. Part of it's because I forgot a lot of shit, but a lot has also changed in the Linux space since I first started. Um, I really should use it more, but I haven't been living in the Linux space very much lately. I have a laptop with Linux, but it's mostly media. Like I'm just watching shit on like YouTube, right? And then I have an all-in-one which I barely use at all anymore because I gotta fix it. Its whole configuration is super fucked. I don't know what happened. Well, I mean, I know what happened. A whole series of events happened that has resulted in a number of issues. Lately, it's been Pulse Audio being a dick. Well, what I will say is that this is me being an arch Linux fucking elitist, right? That Artix gives you multiple alternatives, right, to System D, and you get to choose which alternative you want while maintaining access to the package repositories like the AUR packages and the Pacman stuff that Void doesn't have. So Void has access to pretty much everything you'll ever need, but there are definitely niche things that I have only seen with Arch, and supposedly with Nix as well, but I never could get too deep into Nix. So for like what sells me on Arch is the number of packages I have access to. The amount of software and the ease of getting that software is a huge part too. So for instance, if I don't want to build something from source, I can search, you know, Arch user repositories for a version and just j-s whatever it is and install it. And now I don't have to build some shit from source if I don't want to. It saves me time. You are kind of taking a risk, so you have to look at the popularity of the packages, and you can search whether a package is mostly trustworthy. I do agree with what you're saying there. So no, I get it. Yeah. Why are you? Oh, you did have surgery. Yeah, go lay down. I need to get off here. I do. I need to get off here too. I feel like I do. I feel like I do remember that. But I do see what you're saying. Like run it as a part of the Void ecosystem is what you're saying. So they do go hand in hand. Yeah, of course. Well, we didn't help you at all. But okay. Have a good night. Holy shit, I feel like I do remember this. Because you could like make your desktops into a big ass cube and shit. Yet literally that's what this. I definitely ran a Linux system at one point in time that was set up like this. Like when you changed the desktop, it was a rotating cube of 6 desktops, which looked really cool but was pointless. That's another thing that I do like about Linux as well, though, is that I feel like people are more experimental in that space. I feel like people are just more experimental in that space. There are wacky things that have been made for Linux that people wouldn't believe is real. Like the 3D file system manager from Jurassic Park, which I just spelled Jurassic wrong. Yeah, I used 2 R's instead of 2 S's. The FSN, yeah. This. The Silicon Graphics IRIX OS or whatever. Yes, I'm human. Like this was a thing. So here's my problem with 3D file systems. The problem with 3D file systems is you still interact with it as though it's a 2D file system. And here's what I mean by that. So you have a folder. In the folder are other folders. In those folders are files, right? So that's a height. At the top is the base folder, or at the bottom if you want to work up. Depends on if you're thinking roots or you're thinking branches. It doesn't matter, right? So at the top or the bottom of the hierarchy, you have that one folder. You open that. There are other folders, right? Now, so you're at the next level now. You open those, and then you've got files. So you've got width and height, right, in your file system hierarchy. How is that any different in 3D? You're just visualizing it differently. Because, like, I'll show you what I mean. Like, when you look at this, notice that there's no height, right? The architecture of the file system actually is not 3D. It's being represented with 3D graphics, but it's the same style of file system. And I'm not even sure how you would formulate a proper 3D filing system. How do you have height, width, depth? Yeah. Well, she uses Linux Mint a lot, or she has in the past. She's talked about it numerous times, which is a simpler operating system, but I like Linux Mint. I've used it before. Yeah, so like for me, if I dual booted, Windows would be exclusive to Windows software I can't easily run on Linux. And Linux would be everything else. So I encounter a game that's really, really difficult to play on Linux. I install it on the Windows partition and play it from there, right? If I encounter FL Studio and my software, well, FL Studio runs fine, but like, let's say I want to use Neural DSP's NollyX or whatever that's just come out and they've got a sell on it and I buy it, right? Well, I can go ahead and install that on my Windows partition. The thing is that I exist in a world where there isn't one solution in terms of an operating system, at least for me. Because there's a lot of things I love about Linux, but do I need them? Most of the time, no. There are things on Windows I unfortunately need. So there's the operating system I prefer, which is Linux, right? And then there's the operating system I have to use, which is Windows, or for the most part have to use. There are probably a lot of crazy hacks and stuff, and I can mostly patchwork together a system that does everything I want, but I'm still running Windows software in a Linux environment. And it's unfortunate too, because even when you find really good alternatives, especially with something like music, digital audio workstations, like Bitwig has a Linux version, a fully fledged Linux version, right? And it's a very, very good digital audio workstation, but it's not open source. You're paying $300 for it. And then its interaction with Windows VSTs is thrown right out the window. There are ways to hack it together with Jack and ASIO and Wine and stuff, but apparently it's an absolute nightmare. And everyone I've ever seen who moved to digital audio workstations on Linux end up using an exclusive or almost exclusive Linux ecosystem for their music creation. But I can't think of one well-known music producer or musician that uses Linux exclusively. Not one.
My biggest fear is...
And that's a problem. I literally opened Mando. Nope. Just closed it immediately. Just trust you. I know. I'm not going to, but yeah, and that's a bummer. That really bums me out. In the same way as we're seeing games be ported to Linux, it's not entirely accurate, but you know what I mean. In the same way as Valve is working really hard to ensure that games can run on Linux, it's a better way to put it. We need another powerful entity to work really hard to ensure that Windows VSTs run on Linux with low latency. I would kill for that. Dude does not have enough control. You're gonna fuck your knuckles up, dude. He did it. He did it. What a baller.
I'm gonna bring you HD if you can. Okay, meow. Okay, good. Meow, meow. Gotcha. You're good. It's good for you.
Just get rid of him already! Dance, you dance for them! Yes!
Ow, 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 ow.
How the f he stole your chain and jump on the... He got that shit on though. No cap.
Look at this nigga. Gary.
Nestle Crunch.
Okay, Holly. C. That's too sharp. Try it again.
It is too
Holly.
sharp. Yeah, there you go. Good job. Go, 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 go. No.
Hades, get out.
Fight. I love cats. Cats are great. All right, it's 6:30. I hate to be a short streamer today. I can't afford to be a tall one. I've got to run and grab stuff for work and make sure I'm ready for everything. I will see you guys hopefully Monday. I'm not going to promise, but I'll try to be back Monday. All right, one last link. But if this is a Mando meme, I'm going to block you from being able to use links. Why do you have these random Japanese YouTube memes in your back pocket? I mean, it's kind of cool, but damn, it's just a money grab. It's just a money grab. Damn, that's sad. I like what Magic did though. Any of you nerds play Magic the Gathering, you'll know that if you get a newer pack of Magic the Gathering cards, right? They almost always have like a QR code or a written code that you can punch in. And then in the online multiplayer Magic the Gathering video game, you can add those cards to your collection, the cards that were in that pack. And I prefer that to the way that something like Hearthstone works because you actually have those physical cards. I could take those cards down to a local game shop on Tuesdays and play a couple matches with real people in the real life. And I can actually practice with the deck that I've built online against online players because I also have a digital version of that exact same deck. That is fire. So if that's what that was, if that was a case of you go out and you buy a stack of Pokemon cards and then you scan the QR code and voila, you've got like digital versions of them on your phone, fire. That is sick as fuck. But it's because there's a real physical component to it that it's sick. If it's just digital cards, well, then that's Hearthstone. And dude, I used to be pretty good at Hearthstone. But it's too expensive. It was way too expensive. I was legit spending like $60 a month on Hearthstone. Not kidding. I had some fire fucking decks though. I also had a lot of meme decks. I loved playing Hearthstone. It was absolutely a blast. The problem is it's just too expensive. It took 3 clicks to get to a zoomed up version. What is this? It's just... It's an uncut sheet of cards? This? Or this? Because there's delay. This? Oh, does it say?
$1,000 now. I have 1,000. Do I hear 11?
Oh, this is
Jumping
an
at 11.
auction.
I'm at $1,000 looking for 1,100. 1050. How about 11? I'm at 1050 looking for 11. 11. Now I need 12. I have 1,100. Do I hear 12? Now make it 13. 14 is next.
Is Charizard in this?
1,300. Do I hear 14?
Hang on.
Jumping at 14.
I'll find the cat link. Hang on.
13 is where I'm at. 14
Charmeleon?
is next. Keep going at 1400.
Charmander?
What say you, Heritage Live? Do I have an advance to 14? Fair warning.
I don't see Charizard. Fuck.
1,300.
Oh, dude, that's going to be expensive
5-4.
as fuck.
Lot 119. 270. How about 280?
Oh, no, they're doing it card by
$270.
card.
Do I hear 280? This is the Pokemon Top Series 1 Tin Toppers uncut sheet. Let's go 280. Now I need 300. 300. How about 320?
Wow, that's crazy.
360 is next.
Hang on, I'll find it. History. Yeah, it's called Weird Little Guys. It's called Weird Little Guys. I mean, I'm an old dude. There were people older than me that were around when they first started coming out. So it makes total sense. Like, I could see somebody 45 years old bidding on Pokemon cards because that was our fucking generation. He probably was like 13 when they first came out or something. You know what I mean? There was this weird thing in the United States, though, where you weren't allowed to enjoy toys once you got to be 12. That was a thing. I say this because I used to collect Spawn action figures. Not of Spawn. It was the Todd McFarlane action figures because they were like statues. Yeah, like if I go into images, I can show you. Well, it's going into his website now. Let's go back. Right as soon as it loads. But I used to collect a lot of these, only it was the older version stuff. This is all fairly new. Back in the day, he would have like this. And I used to collect these when I was a kid. And I remember when I was 12 years old, I was gifted one of these, took it to school, opened the box, and got made fun of. Oh, you like action figures. Bro. This isn't a fucking G.I. Joe. Look at the quality. I want that now. I'm 37 years old. I want that fucking now. And this is the kind of shit that I used to get. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's an original Japanese one too.
세상에는 참 많은 펭귄 캐릭터들이
Go
존재합니다.
away.
그중 가장 악명 높고 어린 시절 트라우마에
It's a bunch of
시달리게
penguins.
했던 바로 그 펭귄 페더스 매크로우를 만들어 볼 겁니다. 페더스는 영국의 국민 애니메이션 월레스와 그로밋에 등장한 악당 캐릭터입니다. 사실 페더스는
Oh, he ends up, I think I've seen this before. He ends up making
속이
one.
빈 관을 팔을 움직여줄 서버 모터까지 달아주었으면
What was it that it does? It does something.
컴퓨터에 연결해서
Is it a gun? Does it hold a gun or something? It does. It holds a gun. I've seen this before. Or like a short made out of it.
작업을 못하기 때문입니다. 권총을 겨누게 되니
That's
조심하세요.
super cool, dude.
월레스와 그로밋 광고는
That's pretty
아니지만
cool. Is this him too?
안녕하세요.
It
3D 펜
is.
장인 사나고입니다.
Who is the original? Oh, it is 3D.
세상에는
Okay, I'm
참
subscribing
많은
to him because
펭귄
that's cool.
캐릭터들이
Listen though, I gotta go,
존재하고
boys.
있습니다.
I gotta go. I gotta get off here. I gotta go actually get in my car and drive around and do stuff. Not happy about it, but it's what I gotta do. I love you guys. I will be back Monday. Until then, I bid you all adieu. Bye bye.